Signing up for a subscription is beautiful. One button, one email, one free trial. Maybe a password you forget in 12 minutes. And suddenly, you're inside. Music, movies, cloud storage, fitness, news. A meditation app you open twice during a stressful week and then abandon like an emotional support houseplant. Starting is effortless. That is the point. But then, one day you decide to cancel. And the entire internet suddenly becomes a locked building, designed by someone who hates doors. The button is not where you think it is. The app sends you to the website. The website sends you to settings. Settings send you to billing. And billing sends you to the chatbot named something friendly, like Mia, who cannot help you, but is very sorry about that. Then, the company asks one final question. Are you sure? And for some reason, the button that keeps charging you is bright, large, and easy to click. But the button that stops the money is gray, tiny, and hiding like it owes rent. This is not just bad design. It is the hidden system behind subscriptions. Because a subscription is not really built around one purchase. It is built around repetition. The first payment matters, but the real money is in the second payment, and the third, and the fourth, and the one that happens 6 months later, when you no longer remember why you signed up in the first place. That is why canceling can feel so strange. You're not just leaving a service. You're interrupting a revenue stream. And revenue streams do not like being interrupted. For most of shopping history, buying something had a natural ending. You paid, you received the thing. The transaction was over. If you wanted more, you had to come back and make another decision. Subscriptions changed the rhythm. They turned one decision into many payments. You decide once. The company collects repeatedly, and that small change creates a huge business advantage. Because the company does not need to convince you every month. It only needs you to not leave. The subscription business does not always need active love. It can survive on passive forgetfulness. This is where cancellation friction becomes valuable. If canceling takes 5 seconds, a person can leave the moment the service stops feeling useful. But if canceling takes 10 minutes, a password reset, 3 confusing menus, a phone call, maybe people will simply say, I'll do it later. Later is profitable. Later is the month after this one. Later is another billing cycle. Later is the quiet engine of the subscription economy. Researchers who study digital design sometimes call this kind of pattern a roach motel. Easy to get in, hard to get out. It is not always illegal. It is not always obvious, but you can't feel it when it happens. The sign-up page is a red carpet. The cancellation page is an escape room, and every extra step creates a chance for you to give up. This is why companies use retention screens. Before you cancel, they may show you a discount, or ask why you're leaving, or maybe warn you that you'll lose your data, or offer a pause and even make the cancel button sound dramatic. Like you're not ending a $7.99 subscription, but betraying a close personal friend. Are you sure you want to lose access? Your benefits will disappear. We will miss you. No, you will not. But the language matters. Because cancellation is an emotional moment. For a few seconds, the company has one last chance to turn your decision into hesitation. And hesitation is money. This is why regulators have paid attention. In 2024, the Federal Trade Commission announced a rule commonly called click to cancel. The idea was simple. If a company lets you sign up online, canceling should be just as easy. The FTC said complaints about recurring subscriptions had been increasing, reaching nearly 70 complaints per day on average in 2024. That number matters because it shows this is not just one annoying website. It is a pattern. Millions of people have felt the same small frustration in different forms. The trial that became a charge, the membership that would not end, the app that required a website, the website that required a phone call, the phone call that required business hours, the business hours that somehow always occur while you're doing your actual job. But then, in 2025, a federal appeals court blocked the FTC's click-to-cancel rule before it could take effect, citing procedural problems with how the rule was made. So the bigger question remained, why does something this obvious need a rule at all? Because making cancellation easy goes against the incentive. That is the uncomfortable answer. If a company earns money every month you stay, then every month you fail to leave has value. Even if you're not using the product, especially if you're not using the product. Because the best customer, from a certain kind of business perspective, is not always the happiest one. It is the quiet one. The one who doesn't complain. The one who doesn't log in. The one who forgot. The one who keeps paying. That is the strange morality of recurring revenue. A company can make money from your attention, but it can also make money from your lack of attention. The unused gym membership, the forgotten streaming trial, the cloud storage plan you're afraid to cancel because maybe your photos are in there somewhere. The app you signed up for during a burst of self-improvement at 11:43 p.m. The subscription didn't need to remain important. It only needed to remain automatic. This is the deeper reversal. Subscriptions are not dangerous because each one is huge. They are powerful because each one is small enough to ignore. And canceling is not hard because companies forgot how to build buttons. They know how to build buttons. The subscribe button proves that. Canceling is hard because friction protects the business model. Every extra click is a small wall. Every confusing menu is a speed bump. Every retention offer is a net. Every forgotten charge is a tiny victory for inertia. Modern money does not always leave your life in dramatic moments. Sometimes it leaves politely, monthly, automatically, in amounts too small to panic over and too annoying to chase. That is why subscriptions feel so harmless until you count them. 1 subscription is convenience. 5 subscriptions are a habit. 10 subscriptions are a second utility bill wearing different costumes. And the business model works because the hardest part is not getting your money once. It is getting your money after you stop thinking about it. So the next time you try to cancel something and feel like you're navigating a maze, remember what is happening. You're not bad at using the website. You're moving against the direction the systems want you to move. Signing up is a slide. Canceling is stairs. And the company built both.